Hello everybody out there, this is Utsav Singh from Smart Tech and welcome back to my channel. And today I'm just going to start a new series, and this is going to be a series on creating landscape in World Machine and then exporting it to UE4 and creating materials for it and just setting it up properly. Okay guys, so this is in this I'm gonna show you guys how to create the material and stuff like in the third or fourth part. The first two part will be first part, that is this one, will be setting up um, the basic terrain in here, and the second part will be like a 2 minute or 5 minute video in which I'll just show you guys how to set it up for export. Okay, so let's get started right away. Okay, so all first just open up your world machine. I have a new project here. I'm gonna close it. I want to save a session file. I'm gonna search for world machine. Cool. Now I'm just gonna do something. These boxes that you see here can be used for grouping in here. Like here you can see output. If I put this into my output, here you can see trace has been moved into the output. Now what you want to do, I'll just make this stuff a little big so it is easier to use later on, and just make this a little bit big like that. Cool. And then again in here, so now you want to have, usually you need to have the most possible control on your landscape so you can change the stuff according to yourself. Don't let advanced Berlin do everything for you, right? So what do you want to do is first go to your generator and drag in and drop in a layout generator. Select, I'm just gonna do something here first. I'm just gonna do 10 kilometer by 10. Actually, let's just let it stay at 8 kilometer by 8 kilometer. It is enough. And I'm gonna work on the resolution of 513 by 513 right now. Okay. So what do I first do is I'm gonna double click on this. Cool. Just drag out a bit. As you can see, it is completely blank right now. Now what do I want to do is actually this I'm gonna select my hide output. Okay, so this is just gonna be something real quick. Make sure to select this lines, just create a mountain range, okay, by left clicking on your map and right click to do it. To create this one, make sure your layout generator is selected. As you can see, it has been made here. I'm just holding left to control the lighting and all. Make sure it is all lighted so you can see it properly. Now as you can see, it looks quite blocky, right? If I just select this and right click and perform curve smoothing, okay, so it will make it a little more wavy. Okay, so make sure it is done. Now this still doesn't look right, does it? Just hold right click to pan and stuff like that. Okay, you need to have a little bit of prior experience in this. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, this is pretty much looking bad right now. Okay, no doubt about that. So what I want to do is use breakup. Take that option and press edit. Okay, so fractal breakup, it will do a breakup. So roughness, I'll go 6, and breakup scale, the lesser it is the more it will affect. Just press this. As you can see, instant effect. Just click on this layout generator again, and I'm just gonna do a build by pressing on that large green button. Just a quick build. Okay, so we have pretty much our basic shape set here. Okay, so this is gonna serve as our base for the mountain. Now you might want to go ahead and change some stuff, but I think this looks good for me. Okay, So what I'm gonna do is, now I'm gonna use my advanced Berlin here. Make sure to always build from the left to right, because in first the after the erosion, when you start adding the filters, it at erosion and stuff at higher resolutions it is gonna take time. But say after just add filters, you have made the first base of the landscape, then it will take not much time. It will take very less time to create it, and it will go out pretty fast. Okay. So in this layout generator, there is a primary output. This is going to be a height map, not actually. So in the advanced Berlin, there is an option called mask. So this will basically control how this advanced Berlin is going to be affected by a layout generator. Just put this in here. As you can see, this is our final output, right? So as you can see, we have a pretty simple looking mountain here. I'm just going to do this now. As you can see, it is being, now if I select this height output, this is your final output. As you can see here, height output, there is layout generator, advanced Berlin. Height output is your final output. Now there is a filter by default in here, terrace, and terracing occurs in nature due to erosion, and since it is not going to be a uniform erosion, because there are different types of rocks, etc. in the earth, they have different softness, and thus when it gets eroded, it will create this kind of layering. But this particular kind of layering is very rare, because the rocks will get bended and warped, etc. due to the other forces of nature, like tectonic movements, etc. So what you want to do is, in some places there's going to be a little bit of terracing, and the other places it is not going to be there. Okay, so what you want to do first is go to your generator and select advanced Berlin and click 2 times to create 2 instances, and you have to right click to, like if I have this, I right click to cancel that question. Now what I'm going to do is use one of them as my mask. So this controls the places it is going to be, and the advanced Berlin, this one will control the terrace modulation, the kind of terracing it is going to give me. So I'm just going to drag this a little bit, so it is wavy, not flatlined like a plateau. Just drag it backwards. Okay, cool. Now in this case, since it is going to work like my mask, I'm just going to do hills, and I'm gonna up the steepness till it is white in this case. Okay, see, now when I go here, height output, and I build, as you can see, the terracing is not everywhere. Okay, as you can see, it is sometimes smooth, it has some terracing here, but not in this place. So it is more like random. So you might want to just let me first go there. You might want to decrease the waviness of that a bit, so that it doesn't create too much unrealistic noise at the edges. Make sure your height output is selected. And another, now notice this tracing has occurred here. Now I want to show you guys a trick. Actually, no, I don't want to. I'm continuously selecting this height output here, right? So there is a way to lock this. So just click on your height output and press F, and it will say preview locked, and I can pretty much select whatever I want to do. Terrace, I can change these values and keep looking at this. Okay, so let's just say, where is it? I think this one will the advanced Berlin, I guess. Yes, it has very less steepness, the basic one. As you can see, it is basically controlling it is modulating the terracing. I don't want too much of it, neither do I want too less of it. I think this will be good. Seems pretty good, and I want to something like this as well. So this is masking, it is gonna control wherever it is, all the places that my terracing is actually occurring, I guess, and I'll do something right around there. Cool, looks good to me. Little terracing at the front, actually not that much, I really don't want that much. Smoother at the, yes, that looks pretty good. No, it doesn't, damn it. Just drag this a bit. Actually, yep, this will do. Let me just do it here. This is okay. Just drag these hills a bit back as well, and this is way better than before. Okay, now this is looking meh, not really good, is it? Now what do you want to do? There is always, every object in this world is eroded by either thermal erosion, like by the sun height, geothermal, water erosion, and I'm going to just do a erosion. Now as you can see, we have a terrace in this one. We are using a terrace filter. What we want to do is double click this erosion, and there is a preset. We are going to use it because we are lazy, and there is an option called good with terraces. I'm just going to press OK here. What I want to do is I want to select this. I'm just gonna adjust my erosive power till it looks good to me. Okay, now this seems pretty awesome. Let's just build it. Now as you can see, instant effect, right? You might want to change these to advanced polygon values so that you don't get too much of this extra fractal breakup thing that is occurring here. Okay, now as you can see, we have got an awesome looking let's just say mountain here. Now what you can do is go ahead, go to your layout generator, and you can just, maybe if you want, you can delete this, make a new mountain according to your wishes. What you can do actually is maybe something like, let's try something. I'm gonna just go to a little bit the advanced side of things, so I'm just gonna go and select circle, right click to actually pan, and left click to create, right? So what you want to do is make a very small circle here. Okay, so now add, oh boy, another mistake. One thing you can do is select this, use a circle tool, right click and delete shape. Okay, I'm just going to select that one. Now as you can see, right now it is contributing to the raising of the mountain here, and yes, this might actually look pretty well. These are the level bounds here. Okay, as you can see, if I do that, this is going to take just a little bit of time. Now as you can see, this is looking awesome. Yet there is still one thing to do, and I will just do it later on. But now as you can see, I'm just gonna introduce you to one little thing. As you can see here, shape properties, click on this. Okay, so now opacity will basically control if it is, you can raise the mountain, and if it is 100% it is raised, and if it is 0% it is all the way down. Fall off distance will basically control the fall off, that is, if this is the area, there is going to, like, if you paint, there is a little bit of, let's just flowing smooth, if you use Photoshop or stuff, there is like a little bit of fall off, smooth transition between the edges of the brush and the center. Okay, that is the basically. Now there is this super awesome thing called here plus. Now what plus does is it is actually saying that hey, it is the line is actually a kind of mountain, it is raising the stuff. So what a plus does is it actually helps with the effect. It says that if it is set to plus it will also raise the the landscape, but it is if it is set to minus, just notice this, we have a value type of thing, just remove that area. It isn't contributing to the raising of landscape, it is contributing to the lowering down of the landscape here. Okay, now just press the plus button. You can also use the curves. Let me just see and select my line here, and you can use curves like these, instant change. I think that I am gonna use this one. Just press OK. Now as you can see, it looks phenomenal, but there is one thing. In the mountains, you might have noticed, if you have seen any images online, there are little side like lines, grooves kind of stuff that is kind of showing a, like if a river flowed down from here, it what path would it take. So those are actually called flow maps. Okay, and our erosion gives us one flow map height field. So what you want to do is I want to actually combine the flow map and the height map. What I want to do, I'll just show you. Go to your filter and there should be one called, actually go to your combiner, sorry, there's an option called combiner. Okay, left click and I'll just put this in here. Now take your flow map and put this into input B. Now it is, as you can see, the flow map looks like this. What do I want to do? I want to open my combiner. Right now it is set to average. What you want to do is set it to subtract, so that it takes the values of the flow map and subtracts from it from the earlier height map. Okay, I'll just show you. It's going to be a little too let me just say, where are you now? Since as you can see I have subtracted my height map from it, it is actually giving me an image like it is meant to do earlier. So what do? I do an overlay. In the output there is an option called overlay view, just click that. Okay, so take your last height and last thing that defines your height map, and in this case it is my combiner. Put this into the primary input and this will serve, and press F in this one to lock the preview. Okay, and there is an option for overlay input, and this is like a color, diffuse on that one. So what I'm just gonna do is I'm just gonna drive off from here. Actually just go to your selector, I guess, no, converter, sorry, and select colorizer. Put this in here, primary output bitmap, primary input, and put this into the height field. Okay, just double click on it, and I'm just gonna use a jungle and my classic mountains. You can use that one. I'm just gonna do this. Now as you can see it is pretty dark because of my light here. Okay, as you can see, the moment I add a color here to it, it gives me an color output of the height. Okay, so just build this. As you can see, those curves that are subtracted from it are way too harsh. That is because my combiner is set to subtract my 0.5. I'm just gonna go to my combiner and I'm gonna do a value of 0.003. It works for me. Just build this again. Now as you can see there are slight lines here that are approaching from up there. That is what the flow map does. Now if you are feeling like it is little too less for it is, you can do this and it will increase the thickness of your grooves because it is going to subtract more of it. Okay, now hope you got, as you can see we have a landscape here. Now you can just go to your colorizer and select, make a custom one. You can go ahead and select moss and granite. You can select jungle and mountains and classic mountains. I'm using the classic mountains one. There's a very useful macro. Macros are basically custom nodes that people make, and there are some, actually there are quite a lot on there, but this one is a custom installed. So this is available online, and what it does is it is like it is made for coastal areas. Okay, what I'll just show you how it looks. As you can see, instant change, the color has changed realistically. I'll just go to my coastal overlay node. Okay, at this I'm just gonna select the water height to 0. Send heading, I can change that. Okay, max beach height, and just drag that down. Max cliff slope. Okay, so this is basically controlling, gives you, it is, this macro or this node is basically made for coastal scenes, but ours is a mountain. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and select actual converter, and I'm just gonna put it here, colorizer. I'm gonna do classic mountains. I'm gonna press OK. I'm gonna lock the preview here. I'm going in here and I'm gonna go build. Now as you can see, I'm just gonna change the lighting a bit. Better. Now the effect of the flow map is visible here as well. Now these grooves are caused by advanced Berlin. So this is my second one, right? If I decrease the steepness of it, let's see, we just build this. Oh no, it is called by the, just press OK. OK again. If I go here and I press OK, now those groups are pretty substituted. Okay, and my terracing is less here as well, so that's a win-win, right? Now what if you want to further decrease it? Go to your layout and select this, go to edit, and you can change the fall of distance, or you can pretty much go to your use breakup and fractal breakup, put that down just a tad, and let's see our results here. Much more or less. Okay, so now in the next part I'm just gonna set it up for exporting, and I'm gonna import those height maps into UE4. So hope you enjoyed this video guys. Make sure to press the like button if you liked it, and if you didn't, you know which button to put that as well. And if you really like this video, make sure to press the subscribe button to follow this series and get the latest, get informed about the latest videos. And goodbye until next time.